Alright guys, it's time for your monthly Resplendent check. It's not monthly, it's bi-weekly. Bi-weekly Resplendent check. And of course, we already have Micaiah, who is absolutely gorgeous. Even though I don't really like Micaiah, who thinks she's gonna be a legendary hero. I hope she's not a legendary hero, she doesn't deserve it. Anyways, Lilna. No, it's not Lilna. It is Leif. Now, this was released and I saw a picture of it and I didn't know who it was until somebody spoiled it earlier in the stream. So I'm sorry, I'm not completely excited about it because I just couldn't really tell, and then it was blankly told. Anyways, with that said, Prince of Leif. Now, because I accidentally had my Feh Pass on renewal, I'm not getting Leif, which makes me so sad. Well, actually, it could have kind of looked like Chrom. Obviously, it's not Chrom, but like I couldn't really tell who I saw in the brief glimpse I had of Leif. But okay, we know it's Leif. Anyways, so because it automatically subscribed, I'm not gonna get Leif, which is unfortunate because I have a bad IV Leif. I think I have a plus HP minus speed Leif. Leif isn't bad. He's actually pretty interesting of a character. I'll bring him up later on. But Leif, he deserves it. The main character of a game that nobody in the West is really gonna play. I know somebody's like, oh, well, Nibs, you could of course play. Yeah, I know. If there's no official translation, but that's cool. Anyways, with that said, let's check him out. Prince of Leif. Oh, that's pretty badass. I actually really like that. Actually, really like that. So, if you guys didn't know, Thracia 77.6 came out, what, mid-90s? It is an old game, but he captures a charm. Man, that's rare. That charm definitely looks right. Oh, it's not mid-90s. Whoa. It was 1999. My bad. But it's a Japanese exclusive. The thing is, like, that's how a lot of characters look. If you guys go back to the 90s, refer to like Slayers, for example, anime, armor like that, or heck, not even just that, but the fantasy armor around that era always had that kind of look to it. So I'm really glad they kept that look and then they added to it. And that's Nifl armor. What the heck? That's Nifl. That's the most badass Nifl armor I have ever seen. That is Nifl, right? But it is so cool looking. The last Nifl character they made that was a male was, well, Roy, but Roy's could confuse you because he was pretty cute, which is something weird to say. Anyways, let me show you what he looked like before. See, I have a plus HP minus speed one. It would have been nice to fix him. He actually has no fodder. I think he's one of the first heroes with steady blow, which wasn't bad. And then he came with S-String, which was a really interesting thing, but it never really mattered until we had Legendary Leif. Anyways, Prince of Leif. He's actually a really good unit, guys. He was one of the first original super fast sword heroes that we had. Unfortunately, he never took off. It's just, you know, Thracia's kind of just non-existent in the West. So maybe he did for people in the East, but for where we are in the West, not really. Not many people made him. So let's take a look at him. I love that cape flip. I love how his hand is clenched. He's righteous after all. The giant Nifl star on his waist. His sword looks so good. Man, by the way, Nifl armor it's still among my favorite types of armor that they can get as Resplendent. But I didn't think they could make Nifl armor look good on a guy. Honestly, I thought Roy's was okay, but it didn't fit like the fiery passion of Roy. But for somebody from Leif, sure. Right, thank you for the stats. So, real quick, Leif's stats are actually quite impressive. With 163 BST, he has 40 HP, 32 attack, 38 speed, 30 defense, and 23 res. Of course, once you Resplendent him, add everything by 2. But this is what I mean. 38 speed, he was one of the original sword heroes to be extremely fast. So at plus speed, he reached 41, which was like among the fastest in the game, I think. I think it was second fastest or even something like that at one point. But that's how old he was. He was amazing for his time. So yeah, with the new stats of 42 HP, 34 attack.
His abs are shown as like Altina.
Well, he's supposed to be buff, so it's fitting. Altina catches you off guard because she's a girl. 34 attack, 40 speed, 32 defense, and 25 res. So he's really, really good. All right, let's look at his attacking art. Dang. He looks like he's fighting, which he, should look like. Elite backwards. It's like he's dodging something, and he's about to counter swing. He looks so fierce. Man, his face. His face. His face is quite different, chat. Wait. Real quick. New face or old face? I think he looks a lot more cute. The old Leif looks way more mature and way more stern. There's a bit of angst to this Leif, which makes perfect sense if you know his backstory, but a bit more cute, I think. Anyways, his attack art's not bad at all. In terms of his old attack art, ooh, that sucks. That sucks. Chat, I think I prefer the old art. The old art just looks so much more badass. Shows off the sword way better. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, I would say. I don't know, you guys let me know. It's hard to dislike his old version because that armor on him is so regal. It's so... like, it's from the 90s era, of course, but it just looks so good. I always loved his old armor. His new armor is not bad at all. Makes him look more like a knight, though, instead of a lord. Instead of somebody who's like, Yeah. With that said, though, Lightbrand is shown off better in the old art, so I prefer it like that. Yeah. Fist still clench because he's righteous. He looks really good, though. I do appreciate the detailing has definitely increased, and because there are more colors now, the contrasting makes him look a lot more real. There's a lot more depth to the character as a result. The cape especially. You guys can see the shading. Actually, you guys can see the shading, right? It looks a lot more worn. Well, the insides look a lot more. Actually, the fiber... I can't even tell what fiber that kind of is. I don't know actually what that cape is made of, but it looks really nice. Oh, man. That's something. Wow. That's pretty cool. Normally, I'm not a big fan of just like make fire, swirl it everywhere. But this time it's actually pretty decent. He looks so fierce. He looks so ridiculously fierce. I actually kind of like that. All right. But in terms of old art, yeah. So here's how I have it ranked right now. I think at base art, I think they're both even. I think attack art I would give to old Leif, but for special art, new Leif. Old Leif looks like he's just getting started. He's like not completely there, but Resplendent Leif looks like he's totally in it. So I like that a lot. Anyways, final art, herd art, is it gonna be good? Bruh. There's something about the new Leif. He's just quite a bit more cuter.
Resplendent Leif is here also 4 months.
Limelight, welcome back. Tier 2? There's no need for tier 2, but thank you so much for 4 months. Welcome back. Anyways, the way he's holding the sword, he's taking the block. His abs showing, his thighs showing. It's quite a bit more lewd than I expected. But yeah, Leif. I don't know, man. It's pretty good. And you, wait. That's rare. You can see the streak. I think he's like getting pushed across. He's dragging his foot across the ground. Thigh showing. I don't know. This is pretty lewd for male art. All right, I'll give him that. I kind of like the herd art here a lot. Old Leif was kind of boring. Old Leif was pretty boring, to be honest. But yeah. I'll give it to the new one. I think the new one's better.
Cute.
Well, yeah. They did improve him a lot in terms of like how the art looks. There's just like another factor to it. But I like it. Thracia 776, the Prince of Leonstar. Let's hear him out.
Nifl's the land of ice, which makes it basically the opposite of Leonster.
Okay. If that's true, why? Why did they make Roy Nifl? And then why did they make Leif Nifl? Is that... Ah, yes, please.
I wonder what father and mother will say. Huh. Thought actually makes me a little nervous.
Well, you can just ask them because thankfully they're alive in this game. Here's Leif, the Prince of Leonster, in his brand new attire from Nifl, the Kingdom of Ice. I have to say that white and gold armor is a perfect match for his famous sword, the Lightbrand. Unfortunately, till Lightbrand got it refined, it kind of was junk. Lightbrand refined is defense +3. If foes defense is over foes res by 5, deals 7 damage. Special trigger cooldown count -1. At start combat, if foes HP is 100%, grants attack. Speed defense +4 to unit during combat. It's not bad.
Sorry for the spoiler, had my money.
Yay! We guilted Arclight for subscribing with Prime. Thank you so much. Alright, but here's Leif, the Prince of Leonster, in his brand new attire from Nifl, the Kingdom of Ice. I have to say that white and gold armor is a perfect match for his famous sword, the Lightbrand. The Lightbrand is supposed to be famous, but in terms of all the swords in the game right now, it's really underwhelming. It's not bad. 7 true damage. If you're fighting armor, basically, it does more damage. A bit more defense. Slaying's always nice. And then, of course, if foes HP is 100%, speed defense +4 is pretty cool. But this is one of the older refines, and it's one of the reasons why Leif isn't really well used. He's not bad in terms of stats. He really needed to become Resplendent because his attack being 32 base was mediocre, to say the least. Now it's 34, and with the refine, it kind of fixed the attack, so. But more importantly, he's now a 40 speed base, like, hero, which is really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if people will use more of him. I wouldn't bet for it, mostly because, I'm sorry, chat, but Marissa is so good. If anyone asks me like which hero they make nowadays,
Is it bad every time I hear you say Nifl? It sounds like you are saying nipple? Lol.
what? Why would you hear nipple? There's a difference. Nipple. I'm gonna squeeze your nipples. Anyways, with that said, the 2 free-to-play sword heroes right now, Marissa and Mass Marth, I think are way too good. So I really don't think Leif is gonna be much more well used, but the extra stats do help. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the new Leif. I unfortunately won't be getting him, so I won't be resubscribing to Feh Pass until the next one. Anyways, snowflakes and feathers, that attire from Nifl is known for. I don't know. I like how it looks. It's just I feel like it doesn't fit him just because of the backstory again. I would have wanted Roy to be fiery, but we just got Mustful armor as well, so yeah. Anyways, that is Leif.